Final piece for tonight's show. That was a fairly sobering and roundup of how financials work, or don't for that matter. And it's not like our listeners were not warned about this a long time ago in past shows. We were, and now it's all unfolding. But it is not a lost cause, only if you accept their plans as fate. What about our own manifestation abilities to change it? And maybe the white stag was a reminder of that. And it also covers their stealthy plans ongoing with the hidden hand tactic of create chaos for the public and distract them whilst the dark magicians and their puppet followers politicians play their games. Politicians are, by and large, stupid people. Incapable, it seems, of critical thinking, an overview of how things work or actually don't. How is it I, who have no degrees, certificates or pieces of paper for anything, and yet I, as a Brit, can not only see the systemic problems in this country, but provide common sense-based solutions that provides what people need for all walks of life? And this is what the broken system needs now. People like myself who can see the problem and come up with balanced and achievable solutions that helps the all. The trustee had that by her side and decided it was not enough for her or good enough for her. All can see her fall from not only grace, but her continued slide into the abyss, and something I warned of in October 2020, irrelevance. It doesn't have to be that way, of course, but that is the path she has chosen, and one look at which shows she attends is indicative. Yet the same woman cowered away from attending as a guest on our show. I wonder why. Some people will argue it's not fair to target or blame the trustee. And in general terms, I would 100% agree with that. But I told her several times when we were together she needed a proper team. The previous named team was just me. I was the team. I asked her to appoint at least 3 people as a committee to not only aid balanced decisions, but also to monitor certain situations that can be passed on to the trustee for her to act upon. I told her we need someone representing the trust in the Federal Reserve, in the Treasury, and in the White House. But sadly, like the over 24 other warnings or advice I gave her, she ignored it until it was all too late. An incident in my car in April 2020, she confirmed that herself. But she's gone on and made it all about her. And so only she suffers the consequences of poor decision making and rank bad overview of what is unfolding. An inability to act ahead of time, despite pleas to do so, and falling for the multitude of distraction-based players who wasted her time with fake plans, fake promises, and played her like a fiddle. So yes, it is not fair. But her own actions created it. And we the people paid for her incompetence. Heavily. While she dilly-dallied and played footsie with clowns, including Trump, Another thing that has been in play for 2 years plus now has not been delivered either. The Restoration Plan. Something else she was to deliver and yet failed to do so. In fact, after 2 years, we the people are still waiting to see the actual document and the formulated plan of the said restoration. How and why has nothing been done in 2 whole years? Where is the plan? Where are the funds promised? And this whole mess is, whether she likes it or not, is down to her only. She discarded all help people gave to her to play ego games and surrounded herself with the same ego-based people, which is why I had to go. You cannot have that many titles and not take an ounce of responsibility for the current chaos that funding in March 2020 has done around the world since. And it's time to stop hiding and come out and be honest to the people, Kim. You owe them all that, at least. For me personally, it has worked fantastically well. I'm no longer funding, propping up, and providing almost 24/7 support to Kim. But it's not me that I'm concerned about. It is the damage her actions or lack of has done to the people, and what she did to the many tens of thousands of THI members around the world either, dismissed them all with an arrogance of a failed goddess of the past. I cannot forgive until she does the right thing. Does she have it in her to correct things? Time, as always, will tell. You can run, deflect, divert and ignore, but you cannot hide, and the clock is ticking. I warned they would close out the banks, warned many businesses would be lost, warned they would disband the police, military and agencies are next. Not for the benefit of the people, but for the greed-based psychotic clowns, whose value of human life is only measured by how much they can harvest from them. If they can't harvest them, they just delete them. We are now watching it all unfold, whilst people are distracted with COVID BS techno jabs, whether they have enough toilet paper or gas, or when the next iPhone is coming out. With regards to the latter, you may have a long wait. Our children and grandchildren will look back on this generation as the worst of all humanity unless we wake up and come together as one. Not splintered into many small groups, because that is their divide and conquer tactic. We created the TPC for this very reason, a platform to build our world, our people and our planet in our image and likeness, not some dark satanic-based sacrifice cult. Come and be the change is all I ask, as waiting for it has never materialised, just like the 2,000 plus years wait for the Saviour to return. He didn't, but it did return, because the Saviour was you all along. And this is an opportunity for us all. As they clear the decks of their old world programs and systems, we can take the opportunity to replace with our systems. If we all come together, and that's all it takes. That is all it takes. It's It's not about personalities, so-called leaders, or how popular some groups are or not. It is about us all coming together under the one banner, for and by the people. That is what the People's Club was set up for and designated as the blueprint for a new humanity.